This is a
squad.
That ball is belted. Welcome in Carlos Gomez. Hello. Goodbye.
Ay, 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 ay.
Down the middle. Butler makes a move.
Oh man, yeah. We rocking now for real. Yeah. BS3 Sports. Okay. Sports news, get it first when you're getting off of work. Even when you're at work, acting like you're working hard when you're hardly working. I'm a maverick like Dirk, getting Franklin's like Kirk. Hold up, boy. X-Squad, you don't know them boys? Being talking facts on every topic. Overall, we just talking noise, just being boys. Covering Texas sports in them tall hills. That with the fake pass over to Elliott. Better guard your grills like a car for real. Yeah, Cowboys gonna bring a bowl back, Lord willing. Yeah, Mavericks gonna bring a ring back with Mark in it. We live sports, we talk sports, we dream sports, we eat sports. The teacher about to teach the course. Welcome to BS3 Sports. Ay, 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 ay. Gross. Oh, man, yeah.
Welcome to the Weekend Wrap-Up Show, episode 134, Soccer Goats. So we got a great show for today. Excuse my voice. If you're having any issues hearing me clearly, just let me know. But we got a crazy NBA weekend. We're going to be talking about each move, analyzing it. We got the U.S. Women's World Cup. Shout out to the U.S. women getting that championship. UFC 239, Wimbledon, also the Benny Awards to the top performers of the weekend. Shout out to Key C in the building. Thank you for tuning in. Everyone that is listening to this show live, thank you. Everyone listening to this show via podcast, thank you as well. The phone lines will be open for today's show, 469-351-0881. So you can give me your thoughts and opinions on whatever happened from this weekend. You can definitely let me know how you feel. And if you're listening to the show afterwards, thank you. The show is also heard on Rapture Ready Radio, so appreciate the listeners over there. Also the No Phony Podcast Network. Appreciate the fam over there as well. If you do call in, just make sure you keep it rated G. All right? Much appreciated. Shout out to Courtney Harden. Thank you for tuning in to the Weekend Wrap-Up Show. Again, excuse my voice if you're having any issues. Hopefully you can still hear me clearly. A little hoarse today. All right, so crazy weekend. Crazy weekend. First, I'm going to start off. Title of the show, Soccer Goats. Got to pay tribute to the U.S. Women's Soccer team for winning the World Cup. Not only did they win, but they won 2-0 over the Netherlands on Sunday. And if for some reason you didn't know the match was on, it's probably because you were either asleep, because it was on bright and early. It was on at 9, would have been Central, 10 Eastern. So if you weren't up, which I was up, but I was getting ready for church, and then I forgot that it was on. But the women got the job done. There's nothing more you can say. Shout out to my pops. Thank you for tuning in. Great performance. Megan Rapinoe with her performance. They did an amazing job. And it wasn't like they had to convincingly try to win this. They were single-handedly the best team. The golden ball and the golden boot to Megan Rapinoe. Rose Lavia earns a bronze ball, and then Alex Morgan earns a silver boot. So they've won consecutive World Cup titles. They joined Germany with the 2003 and 2007 as the only teams to repeat as World Cup champions. This marks the 4th World Cup championship for Team USA, which is also a record. So an amazing job. There's nothing negative that I have to say or to even bring up with this squad. They did a great job. Shout out to Mo Cheese. Shout out to H Rap B in the building. Phone lines are open. Give me your quick hot takes on how you felt about something from the weekend. 469-351-0881. Women U.S. soccer team just had too much talent. I agree with you there, 100%. Too much talent. Saw the whole matchup. Great run for U.S. soccer, says Courtney Harden. I agree with you there, 100%. And they deserve it. They deserve it. Breaking news, according to Mo Cheese, one of the resident Lakers fans. Lakers signed Avery Bradley. That's not a bad pickup. I agree with you there. That's not a bad pickup at all. Shout out to Miss Mocha Bella. Thank you for tuning in to the weekend wrap-up show. Appreciate all your support, all your work. I got to get your drop loaded up into the new setup on Spreaker. So I'll make sure I will do that very soon. All right, so let's get into other news from the weekend. The Kawhi trade. Let's go ahead and get into that right now. Kawhi goes to L.A., but he didn't go to the Lakers. He went to the Clippers. He never, ever has seemed like a guy that has wanted to team up with other superstar players in that shape or form. You know, teaming up with LeBron, teaming up with AD. He's never really been on a team where he's had two of the top players in the game. Mo, I'm a little hoarse today. I don't know what happened with my voice. But if you let me know if you guys can still hear me clearly. But yeah, my voice is a little, I don't know what's going on. I get some hot tea or some orange juice. So, huge shout out to the Clippers though, on the low, making this deal happen. It was Saturday morning, early Saturday morning. I'm a night owl, so I was staying up, and I seen somebody sent it, or I got a message saying that Kawhi goes to L.A. That's the only part of it I could see. So I was like, okay, he's going to the Lakers. Guess what? No. Didn't go to the Lakers. Went to the Clippers. And then, after that, it says Paul George has been traded to the Clippers. That completely caught me off guard because I thought he was happy. Who in this chat room didn't think Paul George was happy to be in OKC? Shout out to Big L in the building. And then turns around and has been having conversations. We're not talking about talking once or twice. Supposedly, he was having conversations with Kawhi in the background about him possibly coming to the Clippers. And the story goes that he went to OKC. He went to OKC and said that he wanted a trade. And yep, Mocha, that was you. Said was up. The news broke 3 a.m. in the morning. And you were definitely sending that information out. Big L says, congrats to the U.S. and ladies soccer. Now pay those ladies. I agree with you there 100%. So at this point, you have to think, what is wrong with OKC to where they cannot keep anyone except Westbrook. And I think at this point, honestly, at this point, I think Westbrook is about out of there. I don't know how they're going to do it. They have a lot of picks. They got another pick today in a trade that they made for Jeremy Grant. But that was crazy. When that news came out, it was hard for me to go to sleep because I was wanting to see what's going to happen next. Are they going to try to trade Westbrook? But they get Paul George. And here's what they had to send, as I'm talking about the Clippers, to get Paul George. So they sent multiple picks. They sent Shai Gilgeous Alexander, Danilo Gallinari, and then future picks. 4 unprotected first-round picks, 1 protected first-round pick, and then 2 pick swaps. That's a lot. That's a lot. And yeah, I'm going to have to give me some Ricolas or some Halls for sure. Westbrook needs to leave OKC next, says Big L. I agree with you 100%. At this point, if you want to stay there, that's all good. But that's I understand that's loyalty. But this team is having a tough time keeping talent around you. And I'm not going to come on here and blame. I'm not going to blame Westbrook all the way because this OKC team, a lot of players have left. I'm not gonna sit here and say it was all because of Westbrook. I think he probably was a part of it, but there's something wrong with this organization. Is it coaching? Is it ownership? Is it the GM? Whatever it is, it's accumulation of a lot of different things with this organization. The phone lines are open, 469-351-0881. Call in, give me your hot take on whatever you're feeling. A couple minutes. Shout out to B Sparrow in the building. Thank you for tuning in. And Toronto turned down a deal to get Westbrook and Paul George. And it was for Van Fleet and Siakam. I did see that as well. So what do you do? What do you do as an organization if you're OKC? What do you do? If you're Westbrook, has he demanded a trade? I think he has. I don't know if it's been out there yet. But Kawhi was on the Lolo meeting with Paul George on the same day, reportedly on the same day that he was talking with the Lakers. It's always those quiet ones. That's what people always say. It's always the quiet cats sneaking behind. They didn't want to leak anything. Clippers did a great job, though. They did a great job. They got the guy that they wanted. They paid a lot for it. But they're going to be good for the next 4 years. And mark my words, I truly believe we're going to have a LA Western Conference Finals. Believe me, these two teams are going to do everything in their power, everything possible to dominate each other. And you got to look also at the perspective of Kawhi, that he didn't want to go to the Lakers. So he ended up going to the Clippers to combat what the Lakers have. So this makes this season even more interesting. Clippers are the best team in the NBA. Facts. Okay. All right, Big L, I'm not going to go that far and say that. But I will say that the Western Conference is stacked. So let's go back to the Westbrook. I think Westbrook has to go to the Western Conference. Not the Eastern Conference, excuse me. Here's a couple of teams.